I never planned to fall in love with my boss. I never planned to live in the same house as him either, but life doesn't ask for permission. It just puts two broken people in the same place and asks a quiet question. Can this love ever be translated into words? The city was loud, busy, unforgiving. Rent was high. Jobs were few. I'd come with hope and almost no money. Every night I prayed for two things: a place to sleep and a job to survive. The house was small, but clean. Affordable. Too good to be true. The landlord handed me the keys and left. An hour later, the door opened again. A man walked in. We froze. He looked confused. So did I. The landlord answered the phone and said, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I rented the same house to both of you." Silence. Then he added, "If you want, you can share the rent. Otherwise, I'll return the money. But I don't have another place right now." Neither of us had anywhere to go. So we agreed, not because we wanted to, because we had to. I was quiet by nature. Life had taught me that. Speaking less hurts less. At night, when I cooked, I hummed softly. Old songs, comfort songs. It helped me forget how lonely I felt. He barely spoke at home, always serious, always distant. He dressed well, smelled like success. At night, I noticed something strange. He stayed awake, lights on, restless. I didn't know then that sleep had been avoiding him for years. One night, while cooking, I hummed longer than usual. My voice echoed softly through the house. The next morning, I saw him at the breakfast table for the first time. He looked rested. Cone. He didn't know why. Neither did I. A few days later, I went for a job interview. As soon as I entered the office, my heart dropped. He was standing there. The stranger from my house was my boss, and I was there to become his secretary. The room felt smaller. He looked at my file and said, "She won't work here." No explanation, just power. I felt embarrassed. Small. But then his friend stepped in. "She's capable and professional. Home is home. Office is office." After a long pause, he agreed. At work, he was cold. Strict deadlines, sharp words. He never smiled at me. I never complained. I needed the job. At home, we stayed strangers again. Every night, I cooked. I hummed. And every night, he slept peacefully. He didn't know. His insomnia had found a cure. A quiet one. Somewhere between silence and routine, I started caring. The way he rubbed his eyes when tired. The way his voice softened in the mornings. But I was scared. He was my boss. Rich. Powerful. I was just trying to survive. One night, life became heavy. Money stress. Family problems. I cooked in silence. No humming. No song. That night, he didn't sleep. For the first time in weeks, he felt restless again. The next day at work, he snapped at me. Something inside me broke. I looked at him and asked quietly, "Sir, am I doing something wrong? Or is my silence also a problem?" The office went quiet. He didn't answer. That night, he listened and understood. The songs, the sleep, the calm. It wasn't magic. It was me. And for the first time, he felt guilt. Slowly, he changed. Less anger, more patience. He started asking if I had eaten, if I was okay. No love confessions, just care. Even today, I hum softly while cooking, and he sleeps peacefully. We never said "I love you," because some love doesn't need translation. It lives in silence, in presence, in peace, and that is enough. Time passed, not days, not weeks, Months. We never crossed limits, never spoke unnecessary words. But something had changed. He no longer shouted. I no longer felt afraid. At night, I still cooked. I still hummed softly, and he still slept peacefully. One evening, he came home early. He didn't go to his room. He sat at the dining table, quiet, waiting. I felt nervous. After dinner, he finally spoke. I need to ask you something. His voice wasn't angry. It wasn't commanding. It was unsure. I looked at him. He said, I've lived my whole life. Believing control is strength. He paused. But you taught me something else. Silence filled the room. He continued, I never asked for your songs, but they healed me. I never asked for your presence, but it became my peace. Then he looked at me and asked the question. That changed everything. Can a love that was never spoken still be real? My eyes filled with tears. I nodded. He stood up, slowly, not dramatically. He took out a small ring, simple, elegant, just like the love between us. I don't know how to translate this feeling, he said, but I know one thing. I don't want to sleep peacefully without you in my life. He knelt down, not like a movie scene, like a man who finally learned how to be gentle. Will you marry me? I didn't answer immediately, not because I was unsure, but because some answers are felt before they are spoken. I whispered, yes. We didn't hug immediately. We just sat there, side by side, letting the moment breathe. Months later, we got married quietly. No big all, no loud music, just close people and real smiles. No, I still cook at night. I still hum softly. But the house feels different because now, when he sleeps peacefully, I know this love didn't need translation. It found its meaning in forever. Some love stories are not written in words. They are written in life, and this one finally found its home.